Welcome back to the GDFL Grand Final. Straight down to Cal Lowther and Eric Nichols on the boundary line listening to the coaches at three-quarter time.
Yeah, Adam Scroblack just said he'll play behind the ball. Just wanted to make sure, emphasise to his players to concentrate. Their goals have come from our mistakes. Don't blaze, hit targets, make sure their players are front and centre. Just put their head over the ball and don't give up. It's all mental. Robbie May, what did he have to say, Eric?
Robbie May said, cast your mind back 2 weeks, go for everything in this last quarter, play on at all costs, direct football, and there's a game to be won.
That's it. Back to you, Jace.
Thanks to Cal and to Eric down on the boundary line, listening to Rob May and Adam Scroblack at three-quarter time. 30 minutes of football left for season 2009 in the Geelong District Football League. It's East Geelong by 38 points, 11-13-79, leading Bell Post Hill 6-5-41. It's Adam Scroblack in the middle against Andrew Venner, and Scroblack gets it down. First hit out, fresh air shot by Cardiff, goes to Dean Oliver for East Geelong. He goes wide, and going up, McInnes has taken the mark. Fell over at the crucial stage there, Brad Martin. McInnes, the lead on from Sean O'Leary, goes in that direction, and he keeps his feet, but the player that was on him, and I think that's Kavka, who's actually down deep in defence. That's interesting.
Might as well mix things up.
Has got the job on Sean O'Leary. He sees it over the boundary line. Right forward pocket for the Eagles, attacking the northern end. Ruck contest. McInnes from behind to the side of the pack. Ryan Coy to run onto it. Will it sit for him? He tries to kick it out of midair. Kavka comes the other way. Rob May's there as well. It's playing at all costs, so they'll just be trying to take the mark and run. Carter, good mark in front of Cuttajar. Got to move it. Sean Lewis on the wing by himself. And he puts it out towards him now. Takes the mark. Oh, handball though, missed by Ellis. Coming the other way was Oliver, wrapped up, dropping the footy, says the umpire, Sean Lewis, to take the free kick on centre wing for the Panthers. He needs to move it straight away. He chips it back inboard to Jamie Pyle. Pyle can play on. Primke comes at him. He can get around one. He can't get around two. Back, said the umpire against Oppenlander, and Jamie Pyle will take the free kick in the middle if he can get up. Oh, he's hurt his back, I think. He's on the cricket pitch area. It's pretty tight in there.
Rock solid out there.
Yeah, it is. Block of concrete in the middle. And
definitely bad on that wicket.
He has got it up. Got himself up off the ground, and he said, move! Nobody was moving for him. Now he just goes long towards Gergich. He's up forward. They're rolling the dice. There's 2-3 against him. Chamberlain, Carter close to the boundary line, and they can't keep it in. It's going to be a boundary throw-in. 50 metres around for the Bell Post Hill goal. So Jake rolling the dice. Gergich up forward.
Yep, well, we saw that was the case in the semi-final clash that we keep alluding back to. I just don't see East Geelong surrendering the lead this time. I think they were just saving themselves, and this time that they want to keep pressing for premiership glory.
Boundary throw in. Goes from Ellis
That's
towards
a
Rob
free kick.
May. Umpire says, yes, it's a hold.
Took him long enough.
Took a while.
I think might as well look back at the
Yes,
middle
I think you
umpire,
look for the
one.
trailing umpire.
Good work, Muzz.
So it will be Rob May. Danny Liston struggling to get up as well, standing on the mark. We'll be shooting from 35 metres out. Tight angle. This to give Bell Post Hill a glimmer. He comes in. He's missed. And through for one behind to the coach. So they got a 6-6-42. They trail East Geelong 11-13-79. Smith's Holden final quarter scoreboard. 3 minutes played.
Unfortunately, Bell Post have got themselves into a situation now where everything they do is going to have to come off, and every miss that they have is just going to make things a little bit more hard.
I don't think there will be too many times this year they've kicked 6 goals, 6 in a game of football. So their scoring options, they need to have some, find some very quickly in this last quarter. So the kick with Hylett in defence, kicks the ball short and finds Mark Vetter. So Mark Vetter in the back pocket will just eat up a little bit of time, decides to go short again, looking for Scroblack. The player there in Holzfind arrives, the big fella's hit the deck. I reckon that might be just like a bee sting for the big fella. And his handball quickly to Rob Chamberlain.
Bee stings hurt.
Only if you're allergic to them. Ball goes towards centre wing. McInnes in front, battle with Martin. The ball comes out, goes back towards centre forward. Paisley there, reads it well. The runners now appear, and it's Primke that's going to be the first one. He takes the mark. Inside 50, went looking for Oppenlander. Bad handball. Pressure from Pisano. Primke back and collects the ball. And goes backwards and finds Watson. Now he's under pressure. So Bell Post still applying plenty of it, but it just can't turn the ball over. Primke kicks in towards half forward. O'Hara in space by himself.
What a kick.
And O'Hara takes the mark.
Primke is on
So
fire.
Dean O'Hara, half forward line. Just needs to settle things down here for Bell Post, for East Geelong. The other player leads. That's where he goes to. It looked looking for Gloucester, but chipping in was Oppenlander, and he will take the mark.
Skills have been pretty good. It's interesting that you say that about Bell Post still struggling to kick goals today, because that's probably been their biggest strength this year. Is that someone's always bobbed up. They've had 8 players in their side kick over 20 goals or more for the year. So kicking goals hasn't been their problem this year, but today they've struggled to find an avenue to goal.
So Oppenlander doesn't have a goal to his name to date. Can put the first in the last quarter. Allows for it. Kicks the ball nicely and has kicked a goal. So any thoughts of a comeback might now be quickly erased as Justin Oppenlander kicks his first goal of the afternoon. And East Geelong to 12 goals, 13. Bellpost Hill 6 goals, 6. We've gone 4.5 minutes. Final quarter. Smith's holding scoreboard.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That goal is going to put a lot of water over the Bellpost Hill fire that it's just about burnt out now, you would have thought, but Simon Primke there just kept putting in effort after effort to get the football there. And when not only is he one of those players that just does everything he can to get the football, when he gets it, he does something with it. And we saw the great kick there to Dean O'Hara, who's another player who has very good skills, and he was able to hit up Oppenlander on the lead.
Back to the middle, Scrobelac gets it down again, rove beautifully by Chamberlain through the middle, goes with the right foot kick long towards full forward, over the back of the pack, punched away quickly for Bellpost Hill and punched further afield towards Carter, who takes the ball across half back. Not much to kick to. Cuttajar bears down. He gets a right foot kick long. Ryan Coy coming at him. Kazina. Ryan Coy held his ground. Coming back Paisley and also Watson. Paisley seems to always have a lot of time. He gives it back to Ryan Coy off a standing start. Handball. Thought about the handball. And then the short little chip to Michael O'Leary on centre wing. Handball to O'Hara. Sold the dummy. Got half a shepherd. Then lost the footy. They're mucking around with it a bit. Paisley. Handball back to Primke. Off a step possibly. Oh, to the middle. It's a terrible kick. Sean Lewis coming at him. Chamberlain did well. Bad luck. So a free kick to Sean Lewis on centre wing. Goes laterally to Robbie May in the middle. Long kick from May coming up. Goes towards Gergich. Got Vetter against him at Hoey. Gergich used the body. Couldn't take the mark. Off a step. Falls over. Needs to get it away. Hasn't got much. 4 East Geelong players around him. Hoey's one of them. Breaks free. Goes right. Then back to left. Goes to Highland. Now left foot kick. Good kick too to Chamberlain. Just measured the pass beautifully. Chamberlain at half-back. Closter to give him a lead. And McInnes. McInnes gives him a lead. He goes in the middle. That's a great kick if it sits. It doesn't, though. Jenkins kicked it off the ground. McNamara up against Closter. Fell into his arms. Did well. Now Closter in the middle. Goes towards half-forward. By himself. Coy. Josh runs away. 50 out. Tries to get around. And goes towards Oppenlander. Sets it up for him, though. And at the other side, Pisano. Umpire says play on. Both got a touch to it. And
yeah, that's a fair call.
It will be a ball up inside, 50 for East Geelong, northern end of the ground, 40 metres out from goal. They're leading 12-13-85, Bellpost Hill 6-6-42.
Ryan Closter spent plenty of time up the ground today. We thought that might be the case, seeing as McNamara's smothered him the last 2 times he's played deep forward.
So the ball tapped down by Venner, goes to Martin. I think the umpires let the play go on here. Ball's now in the hands of Carter. Kicks round the corner to space. Bott's going to lead in the race for the ball. Gets a favourable bounce. Went to handball back inside. Tackle came from Chamberlain. Don't need to worry about that. He just needs to get on with the play because now emerging is Oliver. Goes back inside 50, but going back with the flight is the Brad Martin. So Martin now has the ball and going to go short and chip the ball to Robbie Mate, who has also been good today.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
He's played a very good game. Now he chips the ball and goes long, goes looking for Bott and in space by himself. Runner inside, and that's Jenkins. He has that player now. Jenkins kicks in towards centre half forward. Kick wasn't good because Zena, ball goes through his hands. Through the hands of Fursland, but Paisley, clean ball skills. Goes to Vetter, and now back to Vetter with a 1-2 with Coy. His kick's not good. Finds Pyle in the middle of the ground. Time to steady. Goes on that left foot, looking for options down the field. Goes towards Casina. He needs to mark as it's 1-on-3. Gets to the back of the contest. Hoey picks the ball up. Has players wide. Listens the target, but he goes short. And Mick O'Leary takes the mark. So O'Leary just chips the ball short again, Hylett. So the numbers with East Geelong, and that's what they've done. They've run the ball from defence. Ellis now comes at that player. Ball's chipped short, sets O'Hara a task, but he's equal to it, and he takes a good strong mark just forward of centre wing.
He loves playing football here, doesn't he, Dan O'Hara?
O'Leary's looking for the ball to be kicked long, goes towards that player and Kavka. Kavka, good body in front, and a re-kick goes to Rob Kavka. So a good match up there at the moment. You would think that both players, good body players, and the ball's kicked out wide, goes towards Jenkins on half-back, has his first bounce, steadies, O'Leary chases him from behind, kicks goes looking for Sean Lewis. Coy arrives, but Lewis takes a good mark. Umpire says play on. Goes back to Fursland. Now to Lewis. Now he's kicked the ball. Goes in looking for Gergic. This time it's 1-on-3 again. Scrobelac comes across, just knocks the ball away, and has been pushed out of the boundary line and will be thrown back into play.
Should have gone for the mark there, Scrobby. Went for the big fist, but he had a bit more time and space than he thought.
I think Ryan Coy come up with a bit of cramp there. So the ball in the forward line. Bell Post Hill need to make something of this forward fray. Ball's knocked forward. Holds fine, runs onto it. Won't keep it in field of play, and it goes over the boundary line and will be thrown back into the field.
Sean
9
O'Leary
minutes
coming off the ground too.
Last quarter, East Geelong 12-13. Bell Post Hill 6 goals 6. Smith's Holden scoreboard.
So boundary throw in, Scrobelack got it down, Liston had it, lost it, comes into Holzfine, wrapped up, Bott's there also, Holzfine tries to break free, and pack develops, the umpire will come in and ball it up, inside attacking 50 for the Panthers. The sting's gone out of it a bit here, East Geelong with a 43-point lead. We've been playing 10 minutes in the final term, boundary ball up, falls into the arms of Jamie Pole, left foot kick. And he's put it through. Good kick by Jamie Pole from the pocket. So he's put his second on the board this afternoon. The 7th for Bell Post Hill. 7-6-48. They trail East Geelong 12-13-85. Smith's Holden final quarter scoreboard. 10 minutes played.
He does a pretty good job of squeezing those tight angles in, doesn't he, Jamie Pole? One of those very... Not only is he a long kick of football, but generally a pretty deadly accurate one as well. And I suppose he breathes a little bit of life back into a Bell Post Hill's chances, but you just really can't see them coming back now.
They want 2 more in the next 3 minutes, I reckon. They even have a chance.
They just need to get that, as you said, a couple of minutes just to get that belief. I think that'd be their biggest enemy at the moment, is the belief whether they can actually, it's all very well and good to say, oh, well, we can come back into this, but you got to put that plan into action, and that's something they need to do in the next couple of minutes.
So ball back in the middle of the ground. I think Scrobelack actually got the ball down to Cuttajar. I think Chamberlain actually took it out of Cuttajar's hand. He's able to kick the ball or knock the ball forward. Liston dives to the ball. May over the top. Umpire's got the leg spread, holding the ball. So Robbie May with a chance to put Bell Post Hill back into attack once again. 10-minute mark's gone. We've passed that moment now, and now Robbie May has runners from behind. Needs to look forward and go towards Grigic. He's the man they went to last week. That's where they go to. This time Kazina out in front. Good mark. So Eloise Kazina takes the mark outside 50, and he's hurt his knee.
No.
Yep, he's shot. There's another one gone for Bell Post Hill. So not what they were looking for, because Kazina had kicked goals again in the last 2 games. I think he got 2 in each game. Don't know why they're bringing Matthew Ellis off if Kazina's gone down.
He's
but
in a lot of pain
we're now
here
waiting
too.
for, I reckon, a stretcher to come out.
He's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I think he drove his knee into the ground, unfortunately.
I don't know whether he's done the ligament or whether he's dislocated it.
So McElveny on, Ellis off, Justin Tarr ready to come back on for Bell Post Hill.
A lot of things haven't gone right for him today, have they? I thought Kazina's battled hard, though, throughout most of the game. And as you said, he's probably one that would have played a big role in this last quarter because...
Well, he's got to his feet. Now the stretch is on the ground, so does he have to get on it?
All right. He's coming off the ground in the arms of the trainers.
Why wouldn't you just put him on a stretcher now that you've called for it?
Yeah. Anyway, so Brent Gergich has got the footy 60 metres out from goal.
It's a shame for Kazina, because as I said, he's one of those players that could spark up a Bell Post Hill revival, and if he's not on the field, it's going to be a lot harder for them.
So the umpire has restarted play. Griggy's got the free kick in. He's got the ball from outside 50, goes back to the goal square. Don't know who had hold of Scrobelack's arm, but he only put one arm up. Now it's in his hands. The ball's been kicked across the face of goal. Picked up there by, Mick O'Leary. Just a handball straight back over the shoulder. Safety in there, and the Bell Post Hill a minor score. 7-7 to the Bell Post Hill side. 12 goals, 13 to East Geelong. And as I said, 12 minutes gone, final quarter, Smith's Holden scoreboard.
So Hylett with the footy at full-back. He's got Chamberlain short, finds him, and he takes the mark and chip it out to Michael O'Leary outside defensive 50, takes the mark. Paisley further afield, and Primke and Cormac. He's called to play on. Goes short towards the coach. The coach takes the mark. Ooh, got a hit to Travis Fursland. He's giving away 50 to the big fella. So Scrobelack will get himself up and come to the middle of the ground with the football. Just gives the coaching staff a bit of a wink to say he's okay. And he'll get up. Take a bit more than that to knock him down.
Absolutely.
12-13-85 the Eagles. Bell Post still 7-7-49.
Bit of rain might be on the way, boys.
Yes.
It's starting to get a bit dark and gloomy.
The ground. So Adam Scrobelack picks himself up. He's moving to the middle of the ground. 13 and a half minutes gone, final term. 36 points the difference. The coach of East Geelong goes to the left foot kick towards half forward. And getting back with the flight of the
Howie.
footy. Howie, great mark. Really was the only one that really wanted it.
I think so.
Yep. And took the mark at 50. Handballs it away to Oppenlander. Left foot kick. Can't bring it back far enough. Sits up. Oh, Cameron goes up. It's off hands and out of bounds. Left forward pocket for the Eagles. Boundary throw in.
Don't know if the handball was needed there. Across, he should have gone back and had a shot there, rather than dish off the handball to Oppenlander.
So
Pat Howie.
boundary throw in. Tapped over the back to Liston. Left footer standing.
Goal.
Oh, there's a goal. And that's possibly the grand final. East Geelong through Danny Liston have got their 13th. They go to 13-13-91. And they lead Bellpost Hill 7-7-49. Smith's Holden final quarter scoreboard. 14 and a half minutes played.
I think you might be right, Jace. That is game over, you would have thought. And the crowd, the response from the crowd there would suggest that they think a similar sort of line there. The goal from Liston, he was able to pick the ball up in space inside 50. And I suppose that's been the thing. The challenge was there for the Bellpost Hill players from their coach Robbie May to want this grand final. But I suppose they haven't really put in the effort that it was expected in this last quarter. And East Geelong have been able to just keep their confidence up. And they're sailing towards their first premiership since 1993.
So Andrew Venner up against Cameron in the middle of the ground. These players have been excellent. Cameron with an excellent jump all day, gets over the top, and again he does the same thing. This time it picked up there by Pyle in the middle of the ground, kicks the ball, goes in towards full forward. Grigget comes out and a strong mark. And he's within range. So he needs to go back and restore some respectability here in this contest. Because at the moment, Bellpost Hill, as I said, wouldn't have been too many games in this year. They would have only kicked 7 goals. But Brent Grigget now has a chance to put their 8th on the board. Would be looking at his first for the afternoon.
You'd back him in from here too.
So Grigget comes in, just chips at the ball, and sorry, Jake.
Oh no, I didn't say. No, that's right.
I'm not calling him anymore. I had my lesson last week. 7 goals, 8 now. Bellpost Hill 13-13 to the East Geelong side, and as I said, time now ticking past 15 and a half minutes. Final quarter. Smith's Holden scoreboard.
That wind still is as strong as it's been all day as well. Oh, there's the first drop. I felt one.
Yep, bit of rain circling the ground too here at St Albans Reserve. Chris Hylett has the footy at fullback for the Eagles. Just holding up play. Just chips the ball into the back pocket and finds Mark Vetter.
Needs some rain to settle the dust.
Yes, a bit of dust also. Pretty dry here at St Albans. Vetter. He goes very wide. So wide that it's out of bounds on the full and into the car park and nearly into St Albans Road.
I reckon there's a fair chance it's over the fence.
So, might take a while for the ball to come back.
I'm fearing for my safety at the moment, boys.
Well, the wind is up and there's a bit of a dust storm around. Not as bad as the grand final we had a few years ago, boys, when it rained and we couldn't see the other side of the ground. But we could get there.
Again, I repeat, I'm fearing for my safety up
here. We
here.
could go over here too, so don't worry about that. Whiz.
Different conditions. Grigget's kicked the ball and it's gone back over and out of bounds on the full. Gee, if it's getting rough, I tell you what. You feel like you're in a 4-wheel drive going through the outback at the moment.
Hell's bells. Just get ready for the standby to abort ship, fellas.
We started out with some good conditions this morning, and they've definitely gone. Now it's cutting up quite rough. No rain, or a few drops, but wind blowing at a gale. So the ball has gone out of bounds. We reckon it could be down near Buckley's Entertainment Centre at the present time, but here it comes. We've finally got it back in.
No, we haven't. Now we do.
And I can't imagine this being a long kick out of defence for the East Geelong side. So ball now with Hylett in that back pocket. He's not looking to kick the ball too long. All players have pushed up the ground. He plays on now. Runs to the back pocket. Steadies himself. Kicks the ball in. Again, not much carry on the ball. And Bott chips in and takes the mark. Has Big Tar in position. And that's where he goes to. The big fella doesn't put 2 hands up. Watson out of defence. Handball to Chamberlain. Goes now to Paisley. And Paisley now has time to steady and kick towards centre wing. And the umpire's whistle is blown. I think it was for a hit after the contest, and a free kick goes down the field. So
I hope the temp pegs are in, boys, so we might go for a fly.
Not too worried about that, but the free kick I think is going to Robbie Cuttajar. Cuttajar handballs back inside the Watson, puts him under pressure. He's able to get away from that, goes backwards to Howie. Howie goes back to where the free kick was nearly given, and Chamberlain takes the mark. So Chamberlain just steadying things up, has cut it short. That's where he was going. Went a bit further, went towards O'Hara. O'Hara, he also takes the mark. So East Geelong now just quite content to hold the game up, I would think. And from centre wing, kicks the ball. Again, not a good-looking kick. It goes to this half-forward line and is bounced in the field of play. Will be thrown back into the play by the umpire. 18 and a half minutes gone. Final quarter, Smith's Holden scoreboard sees East Geelong 13-13, leading Belpost Hill 7 goals 8.
So boundary throw in. McInnes gets it over the back of the pack, but it's all Belpost Hill. Sean Lewis gets it away to Robbie May. He gets it away to Brad Martin, chips the ball into the middle to Bott. Has to sit and wait, takes the mark in the centre circle. Handballs it away to May again. Goes long, inside 50, looking for Gergich. Better against him. Gergich can't take the mark, 2-on-1. Scrobelak gets across there for East. Handballs it further afield to Hylett at defensive 50. Sits for him okay. Handballs it over the top to Hoey. Doesn't sit for him. Coming at it, Michael O'Leary. Also Hoey keeps it in front of him. Paisley there also, and Michael O'Leary. Ball, dragged it back in. Michael O'Leary, the umpire says, held to him. Sorry, mate. And it will be a boundary throw in, will be a ball up in between wing and half forward. Pat Hoey, Michael O'Leary, the last couple to get up. And a ball up. 13-13, 91 East Geelong. Belpost Hill 7-8-50. Ball
Casino,
up.
back doing the ruck.
Yeah. So Cameron gets it down. Fantella gets it away to Martin by hand. Long to Tar on a long lead. Takes the mark. Shoot for goal from field. Play on, said the umpire. Must have been touched. Turns around, chips the ball towards Holes. Find. Oh, Watson, great play. Got a hand in there. Fursland wrapped up. Got his head ripped off. And Travis Fursland will shoot for goal from 30 metres out directly in front.
He's cramping in both legs too, Trav.
Kazina's still limping heavily, guys, but he's back out on the ground, so he's obviously not going down without a fight, which is good to see. All or nothing now. Just as these winds blowing as well, the ground looks a lot barer than what it is. A fair bit of dust is coming off, and there's a few more blank patches around than I thought there was.
So Travis Fursland will shoot for goal from directly in front at the southern end of the ground.
He's certainly got the wind behind him.
He keeps it low, which is the right thing to do, and he's put it through for a goal. So Fursland's first. Belpost still go to 8-8-56. They trail East Geelong 13-13-91. Smith's Holden final quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 21 minutes in the final term.
Probably not going to have too much bearing on the final outcome, but it's good to see Fursland get on the score sheet because I think he's done a terrific job for Belpost Hill today.
Belpost Hill best, I reckon. Him and Robbie May, I think.
Yeah,
extremely well.
Unfortunately, they're probably one of very few that can hold their heads high after today's performance. It's been all East Geelong, that's for sure.
So again, the umpires just bring the ball back to the centre of the ground. Some trying conditions late in this contest, I would think. It's blowing a fair bit. 21 minutes gone, 21 and a half minutes gone. Ball now with the umpires back in the middle of the ground. This time Justin Tarr going in to do some ruck work. Venner, has he pushed forward or is he off the ground? I think he's actually off the ground, the big fella. So they're going without the Venner. Tarr to do the work up against Cameron. As I said, has jumped well and over the top most of the day. Does the same thing. Oh, Justin Tarr's been pinged there for shepherding the space. And the free kick's going to go to Cameron of East Geelong. So with the ball in the middle of the ground. Oh, he called it. Went to Bott. Bott called him as he must have known because he's got a familiar voice. He's kicked the ball in the forward line. And Holzfein leads in the race for the ball. Steadies, tips back on his right foot. Goes inside looking for Gregic and doesn't take the mark. Vetter kicks the ball off the ground. It runs towards the goal and it will be out of bounds. Right behind the behind post. So some good play there from Matthew Bott.
Absolutely.
Clever.
Very clever.
Obviously knew the voice, I'd say, so it must have been familiar to him. So beside the behind post, again, Belpost still in attack here. Have a chance to score once again. Ball is tapped away by Scroblack. Knocked further afield. Players put their head over the ball. Watson picks it up. He's tackled high. O'Leary steps around the first tackle.
Back.
Then there's been Pink for dropping the ball. And now the advantage has been played. Holzfein goes back towards the square. Fursland in front, bounces over the top. But it must have been touched. And through for a minor score for Belpost Hill. 8-9 now, Belpost Hill. They trail East Geelong 13-13. 23 minutes gone. Final quarter. Smith Holden scoreboard.
So Hylett with the footy again for the Eagles as he's done all day to kick it back in. Goes short to Cody Watson. Takes the mark. Just chewing up time now, the Eagles. 13-13. Playing 8-9. 34 points of difference. Short to Oliver. Plays on now. Thought about getting it wide. But he elects to play on. Draws a play. Gives it to Liston at 50. He just gets the kick away under pressure. Goes wide. Looking for Cuttajar. And also there, taking the mark is Cameron. The big fella on centre wing. Goes along the line. But Bellpost Hill had the numbers. Did well. Closter in the middle. And then dragged it back in. He'll have to be careful. The umpire says it will be a ball up. So in the middle of the ground, we'll have a ball up just on the attacking side for East Geelong.
Kazina's still hobbling around.
Yep, going back to full forward.
Plenty of sore bodies today, I think, guys.
So from the ruck contest, goes towards Liston. Got a kick away under pressure again. Up towards Cuttajar, it goes up. Off hands, Closter. He's wrapped up by Jenkins. Keeps it wide. Jenkins does pretty well to see it over the boundary line. Carter can't keep it in. And we will have a boundary throw in. 13-13, 91 East Geelong. They're leading Bellpost Hill 8-9, 57. 24.5 minutes played, final term. So not far away from the final siren. McInnes in the ruck contest. Got it down towards centre half forward. Robbie May. Kick back towards the middle. Primke. And that's a push in the back. Hands in the back there from Ellis. And Primke will take the free kick in the middle of St Albans Park. Laterally across towards Chamberlain. Got Jennings in support as well. Go short to Oliver. Or short to Jennings. Or backwards to Vetter. Got a few options. He's just holding the ball up. The umpire says he's got to play on now. So Chamberlain goes long along the line towards half forward. McNamara. Cameron goes up. Off hands at the front of the pack. Carter dropped the footy. Oppenlander in the middle. Oh, he had it, lost it. Got it back. Fantalla's there as well. He's wrapped up, not going anywhere. And we'll have a ball up in between wing and half forward on the outer side. Still 13-13, 91 East Geelong. Bellpost Hill 8-9, 57. Now 25.5 minutes played.
So ball now thrown up outside the forward 50 for East Geelong. Tap towards Sean Lewis. He doesn't collect it. Chamberlain coming the other way again, knocks it to his advantage. Goes in and collects it now. Now the pressure arrives. And there's 3 or 4 blokes there with the ball. Actually, he's been thrown out of the contest. Ooh. And, I'll tell you what.
Robbie Chamberlain there.
Young McIlvaney.
Not happy about something.
Probably a bit lucky there.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. This big fella could be also in trouble, could he?
Well,
this is
silly.
ridiculous.
That's
I can
ridiculous.
tell you this is absolutely ridiculous.
Silly.
I don't know why you'd bother when you're this far up in front.
Just silly. Just silly.
Well, Scrobb will get his marching orders
Silly
here, you
football.
Well, isn't he in the same boat as Buffer?
Probably. He might be retiring himself. So somebody's off with the blood rule.
I think it's Scrobb.
So Murray.
Don't know what's set it
the
off
umpire,
either.
I think's reporting him.
Free kick's going to
Rob Chamberlain. McIlvaney was the instigator to start with, but
so I don't know what's happened.
Chamberlain's got it. The umpire's just called play back.
There you go, the emergency umpires out there. I always like seeing that, the one in the track pants.
So a few cheers and a few jeers, I think, for the coach.
I suppose
As
at
he
the end of
comes
the day,
off.
he's going to have the Premiership Cup, isn't he? And I suppose that's all that matters.
Cormac coming on. And a yellow card for Scrobelac, so I don't think that's going to worry him. And so Cormac can't come back on. Cormac can't come on. So they're down to 17 East Geelong. It's 27.5 minutes played. And now Bellpost Hill will have the free kick on centre wing on the outer side with Jamie Pyle.
Scrubber's nose a bit bent there.
So Jamie Pyle with the football, outer side centre wing.
This game's had everything, hasn't it?
It has now.
It has.
Takes you back some 15 years, I reckon.
Short kick, the hole's fine. Takes the mark between wing and half forward.
Send-off, streakers, brawls.
Goes out wide looking for Pisano, but Oliver comes across and sees it over the boundary line for a throw-in. Half forward flank on the outer side. Bellpost still into attack. 8-9, 57 the Panthers. East Geelong 13-13, 91. Boundary throw-in. Tar taps it over the back of the pack. Sean Lewis kicks it out of mid-air towards full forward. Vetter tries to block it. Coming back, Jenkins looked to kick it out of midair as well. Hylett, kick towards Oppenlander, who can't take the mark. Still inside defensive 50. Got around a couple. Handballed it back to a standing start. McInnes gets it towards half forward. Jennings, though, but chopped off. Fantella has the footy for Bellpost Hill. Chips the ball over the top to Bott. Takes the mark at centre half forward. Still 70 metres out from goal. Goes wide, looking for McIlvaney. He can't take the mark. Gergich does well, handballs it back inboard towards Jenkins. Turn around off a step, and I think he's put it through for a belated goal to the Panthers. Dale Jenkins has kicked his first. They go to 9-9-63. East Geelong 13-13-91. And that's the Smiths Holden final quarter scoreboard. 29 minutes played.
I suppose you've got to feel for players like Dale Jenkins because he's given his heart and soul to this footy club this year, but he's not going to come away with anything. Good to see him get on the scoreboard. He doesn't get forward too often, so congratulations to him. He hasn't probably had the best game of his career either today. Still suffering the effects of last week. I think he was the one that was playing on young Mitchie Hodgson, and he taught him a lesson or two, the young fella from Thompson.
So the ball back with the umpires. It mustn't be much time left to go in this game, and this time we're going to see Justin Tarr. Cameron again doing the ruck work as he's done most of the day. Has played well. Ball thrown up. Tarr this time just again did probably what he did in the last time, but it's now picked up there by Carter, who steams the wrong way. Turns round, kicks round the corner, goes back towards the half forward line. Ball bounces. Who's going to favour? McIlvaney. He picks the ball up, goes back by hand to Martin. Martin over the top, went looking for Ellis, but in place is Liston for East Geelong. Steadies on the right foot, good smother there. Ends up with Howie, kicks forward. Oppenlander takes the mark, centre wing. So Justin Oppenlander with the ball, has players moving further afield. Kloster's one of them. That's where he goes to. Ball gets down to the front of the contest. Good knock away there by McNamara, picked up by Fantella. Shade to go one way, came back the other. Then found McIlvaney on the centre wing. So McIlvaney with the ball again. Now looks to transfer the ball back inside. Kick too much on it for Lewis. Picked up there by Ellis. Ellis goes towards the goal square or into towards centre half forward. Gilgit gets to the front of the contest. Vetter knocks it out of the road of his hands. Picked up by McGuinness, who's back in defence. Steadies, props, short, finds Howie. So Pat Howie has the ball. 30 minutes gone, nearly 31 minutes gone. Passes wide, goes out looking for Ryan Coy and finds that player. Holt's find, standing the mark. So Ryan Coy with the ball. Mustn't be much time left. Goes short, Chamberlain. And from outside the 50, defensive 50 has the mark. Looking to go further afield. Now he goes towards centre wing. Jennings is out in front. And again, Fantella, he pushed him into the ball then. So he took the mark. Turns round, was going to go inside, I thought, but he's going to go long on the boundary line. It's a low kick. Over the back is Tarr. Bends down, picks the ball up, looking for some support. Has it, and short, Sean Lewis in space by himself in the centre field. Long handball back, goes and finds Carter. Carter now just ambling out of defence, has players wide, and it's Rob Kavka. Goes to that player. Kavka now steams towards centre wing, kicks long, goes looking for Griggett. Good pass, doesn't take the mark. They were sticking last week. Ball goes over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. 31 minutes gone. East Geelong 13-13, Bellpost Hill 9 goals 9, Smiths Holden scoreboard.
Vetter's done a terrific job today as well on every opponent that he's lined up against. He just always gets his fist in, and it's good to see players like him are going to be rewarded with the premiership medallion because he certainly earned it.
Cameron taps it to the front of the pack. Michael O'Leary can't keep the footy in. And we'll have another boundary throwing right in front of the commentary box here on the western side of the ground. Cameron up against Bott doing the ruck work. Pye throws it in. Bott uses the body, gets it down to Holes fine to run onto it. Ryan Coy gets back there. Holes fine though, does well, shows a clean pair of heels, takes a bounce, measures the pass back towards goal. Has he kicked it? That's a pretty good kick. He has. So David Holesfine kicks his first. The 10th for Bellpost Hill. They got a 10-9-69. They trail East Geelong 13-13-91. Smiths Holden final quarter score. 32 and a half minutes played.
Well, they've kicked a couple of goals here in the last 5 minutes, but a bit too little too late, I think, for Bellpost Hill.
We'll need another 8 minutes, I reckon, to get him up in this one.
The sign is not going to favour them in that situation either. I think it'll go any second now, and East Geelong will be the premiers in 2009.
So the ball now with the umpire back in the middle of the ground. Howie is looking to come off the ground, but the coaching staff are saying stay out there. Chamberlain in the middle of the ground has the ball stripped, picked up by Tar. Kicks the ball, only a matter of metres. Cuttajar's going to be the first to arrive, going against the flow. He keeps self possession. Primke arrives and support. He's been good. Takes the ball, goes to centre wing, kicks wide, goes looking for the half forward flanker there in a Closter. He doesn't pick the ball up, but the support there now is Fantella. Kicks the ball back, finds Carter on centre wing, needs to go long. That's what he does. Kick, wouldn't look good off the boot, but it's found Jamie Pyle. He runs inside. Goes looking for Fursland over the top, just a bit too much weight on it. Hoey comes across. He's struggling to bend over and pick the ball up. Holzfind arrives, runs away from Hoey, kicks round the corner. Can he bring it back far enough? No, he can't. So David Holzfind, his second behind. 10 goals, 10 now to the Bellpost Hill side. 13-13 to East Geelong, and 33 and a half minutes gone. Final quarter, Smith Holden scoreboard.
I thought I was sitting on a good thing. The scoreboard was actually a 32-point lead at the moment to East Geelong, and yours truly picked that margin in yesterday's Addy, so not too far off the mark I was, Dale.
Highlight short and finds Vedder in the back pocket. So Mark Vedder, long outside 50. Wants Cameron, goes up, gets a push. Umpire says no. Bellpost still to take the mark. And it's going to be, well, when he can get up, it's going to be Jamie Pyle.
Long quarter, guys.
Handballs it away to Rob May. Off a step, goes towards the pocket looking for Alice. He takes the mark. Still 45 metres out from goal on the boundary line. There's the siren. And there is the premiership for East Geelong. They have won 13-13-91 to 10-10-70 in that final quarter. East Geelong 2 straight goals, 4 goals 5 to Bellpost Hill. 21 points the margin at the final siren. 13-13-91 the Eagles. Bellpost Hill 10-10-70. There's the coach of the East Geelong Football Club, Adam Scrobelak.
Bit worse for wear.
Yep.